What up, people? Welcome to another edition of the Salty Thoughts of Mike Steph podcast, featuring the one and only Mike Steph, best in the world at what he does. This week, I'm going under the moniker Matt Murdock. Yeah, for all my Marvel fans out there, for all my comic book fans out there, Matt Murdock, a.k.a. Daredevil. Some would call me the Matt Murdock of rap. Blinded by devils on a dare. Either way, I wish I was blinded. No, matter of fact, I shouldn't say that literally because God forbid if that actually happens. But maybe I should be blinded by my bias, blinded by my love, blinded by my rage for these New York Jets. Yes. Another freaking week, another freaking loss. We suck. Man, I'll put it this way. I'm going to let y'all know right now. I ain't getting a full-fledged episode because I'm going to talk my ish about these New York Jets, and then I'm going to cut this stream off, and then I'm going to get into more pertinent things, more important things on my exclusive audio-only edition of the Salty Thoughts of Mike Steph, in which I will give my thoughts on this past Tuesday's events, but that'll be later. But regardless, I don't even know where to begin. I will start this out by saying this. I'd like to once again give a big thanks, a big shout out to IWA Explosive Division Champion Larry Anderson for being my host, my guest last week on the pod, and a guest in the near future. Trust and believe, I got some ideas in my mind, and I'm quite sure since he rolled out the red carpet and said, listen, he's available anytime, I'm quite sure he'll be down for it. But as soon as I get it jigging in my head, I will let him know. But best believe, due to the popular demand, if you will, and still, best believe you will see LA back on the stream, on the podcast of the Salty Thoughts of Mike Steph. So once again, I'd like to say thank you. This week, I would talk about my New York Jets and their disgusting, embarrassing, gutless loss in the desert this week. I would actually have some clips by a brother of mine that lives in the desert that's a big Red Wave fan. I know that would get his skin boiling. No, but he is a Cardinal fan, and I did say that I will devote some time, or matter of fact, I would devote this platform for him to get his ish off. Because listen, to the victors go the spoils. And and we'll figure out what else will come across my plate as I try to dissect this abomination of a game that I witnessed today. Not only did I get my wires crossed, so to speak, thought a particular meeting was happening today, and it's not happening today. It's happening in 2 weeks. So, I kind of rearranged stuff, but I was able to still get my stuff accomplished, to get myself nice, primed, and ready to be in front of the TV at 4:25 to watch what I watch. So, with all that being said, let's get this show on the road, huh? See, my energy's already gone already, but I must proceed. Good night, and goodbye. Bang!
Salty Thoughts of Mike Steph, this marks a new beginning. Thanks for supporting a total reinvention. The soul is still here, but the vibe's a little different. Unpredictable, hide the kids and the women. Sports of all sorts, music, mixed for living. Rep New York City, but hate the politicians. Always bring the heat, Steph bacon in the kitchen. Big shout to y'all, I appreciate the listen. Donnie put the rest, but I'm still in the best in the world of what I do. All y'all know the rest. I live it, I breathe it, I'm the whole definition. The pinnacle, the ultimate, I'm on a new mission.
Man, listen. I'm going to start off right now by saying this. You can scrap all that Jet playoff talk. Like, really, you can just put that shit to rest. You could bury it in the desert, along with Aaron Rodgers, the offensive line, more importantly, the defensive line, more importantly, Michael Clemens, Sauce Gardner, and the rest of the bums. It's officially the off season with what 3-7. So with 7 games left, it's already the off season. These Arizona Cardinals took my team to the woodshed. They took my team to the woodshed. They bust their ass. 31-6. 31-6. Dropping my New York Jets to the record of 3-7. And effectively, like I said, killing our season. All this hubbub about a Thursday night victory over a hobbled, wounded, short-staffed, short-handed Houston Texans team. Houston Texans team. Man, listen. All that happy talk, it's done with. This shit was embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And you know what's even more embarrassing? It's embarrassing that all this happened off a 10-day layoff. A 10-day layoff. We had a freaking mini bye week. And they came out and played like complete garbage. You know, they played like such garbage that I said, you know what? Even though StreamYard is charging me primo dollaris for my primo dollaris for 1080p, I said, you know what? This team has got me such in a lather that the masses, the unwashed masses, don't deserve to see this simply ravishing body of mine, this simply dashing face of mine in 1080p in foot high resolution. So y'all get 720. Don't blame me. Blame these cocksuckers on my head. Pause. What the Jets did today, all they did was reiterate that this is always will be the same old Jets. Just when you think you're out, they do just enough to pull your ass back in. Just enough to tease, to titillate, to fondle your pleasure of Jets Nation. They do just enough with that victory 10 days ago in Jet Life Stadium to bring us back into hoping and believing that there would be some type of season. And of course, we was sadly mistaken. You know how delusional I sounded, or I could sound to a normal human being when my team is 3-6, and I'm going into this game, I'm going into this week saying, you know, we still got a chance. Based on the dreck that is the AFC conference and everything that happened, everything we needed to happen to actually make this a possibility, even at the record of 3-6, and if we would have won this game at the record of 4-6, would have still been in front of us. Cincinnati lost this past Thursday night to drop to the record of 4-6. Denver lost on a last-second blocked field goal to drop to the record of 5-5. The Colts lost against the Bills today to drop to the record of 4-5. So, with one victory and still being 2 games under 500, we would have still been in the middle of playoff talk. And tell you the truth, to a certain degree, we're probably still in playoff contention based on the play of the teams above us. Do we deserve that? Hell no. Am I going to be lulled into that false sense of security? Hell no. You know, when they put the stat up, when they put that graphic up of division leaders, wild card spots in the hunt, do you know how the record of 4-6 we would have still technically been in the hunt? Do you know how asinine a network would be if they put out sorry asses at 3-7 still in the hunt? It would be, damn, I can't go. There was a couple years ago, because I'll just speak in fact. There was a couple years ago that the Giants, due to the division that they were in, they were still technically in the playoff hunt at the record of 3-7. I know, amazing, blasphemous even, but they were still in the hunt. And there was some talk of, well, you know, if they could just sneak into the playoffs, maybe Eli just has one last run in him. And I think they even got up to 5-7, if I'm not mistaken. And then reality hit. Well, reality needs to hit our black asses, or in the case of the Jets, our green asses, because from what I saw today, this team doesn't deserve to have any of our attention on them, period. As has been said in the media by various pundits, by various ex-players, by various beat writers, this New York Jet team is a collection of individuals. It is not a team. We have, and you know who has caused this team, or AKA team downfall? Our quote-unquote savior, Aaron Rodgers. But the savior, the person that fans and players alike pin their hopes on to break a 13-year playoff drought, has effectively shit the bed. Yeah, I said it. He shit the bed. He crapped the bed. Matter of fact, he has made diarrhea to the bed. It's going to be 14 straight years. The last time we made the playoffs was the 2010 season, Rex Ryan's second season. We've had one winning season since then. And that was 2015, when we was 10-6 in Todd Bowles' inaugural year. And we coughed it up against, ironically, Rex Ryan in Buffalo on the last game of the season. It was 10-5. All we need to do is win it in. And of course, we did it. Yeah, I know the Jets won't be mathematically eliminated. And you know, you could add this and subtract this and forecast this and do all that to make us still in the playoff hunt. But my eyes and your eyes should not deceive you. What you saw, if you witnessed what you saw today, you saw a soft team, you saw a team that got bullied, you saw a team that was quote unquote resting on their laurels that they have not earned yet. You saw a team that, quite frankly, just ain't good enough. Matter of fact, not even good enough. They just ain't good. The one thing you could count on the Salty Thoughts of Mike Steph, the one thing you can count on Mike Steph, for all my Jet fandom, for all my Jet delusion, especially over the last 2 years, kept me on HGF. Y'all know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. The one thing you can count on is calling a spade a spade. The one thing you can count on is me speaking my truth, speaking the truth. And when there is no hope, it's not hyperbole. There just isn't any hope. I was speaking to my therapist today. Yeah, that's right. I said it. And I told her, you know what? Sundays is the time that I need a nap. And tell you the truth, if the Jets, they get off to a start that I hope they don't, I might fuck around and just take a nap during the game. And she said, oh, you're a fair weather fan. I said, not I, not moi. No fair weather fan am I. It's just, at the end of the day, you always preach self-care. So guess what? Me taking a nap when they're getting their ass bust would be an act of self-care. But if guess what? I neglected to do that. I said no. I'm a glutton of punishment. I'm gonna watch this to the very last fucking gun. I swear. I've said more F-bombs today on this platform than I've done all week. You see, it brings out the nasty in me. That's what the Jets do. But where should we begin? Where should we begin? You know, I'll begin like this. I'm going to cut his part into 3 parts. So before I begin into my dissection of my Jets by the Cardinals, I'll give this brother 25 seconds. Go.
Reminder that there are many acronyms in 19 media. There's MAS, Michael A. Steffens. There's MJK, the Mojo King. But the most important acronym in 19 media today and forever will be TMB. Yeah.
The one thing I will say before I get into what I really need to get into, I know he's part of Gimmick Infringement, which drops each and every late Sunday night, early Monday morning on the YouTube channel of the 19 Media Group with Pratt Winchester. But I think he took Gimmick Infringement a little bit literally because the cadence. Yeah. Like if you're going to do it, say yeah. Don't say yeah. I know that's not HGF and one big thing. Yeah. If you're going to do it right. I swear, not to get off the beaten path, but just this little witty rapport that we have back and forth about 2 of our native sons, if you will, going in this jovial fashion. It's just, ironically, almost 2 years to the day of a dark day of mine. It's just shown me personally how far my journey has come. But we'll get more back to that dude in a minute. Where should we start? Should we start with the offense that was like just allergic, getting the touchdown? You know, like listen, this people have called this defense overhyped or just overrated for years. They've never gotten a big stop when they've needed a big stop. We can go back a couple years ago when we was going against the Detroit Lions when our season was spiraling down the drain and we had a fourth and game. And not only did they not get the stop, they gave up a touchdown. We win one of those games, that season's different. Or how about last year? Were we able to get a stop to stop a 5-game losing streak? No. But I'll concentrate on this game. Coach Brick emphasized in the pregame press conference yesterday, day before, that they had a seminar on tackling. That was their point of emphasis on tackling, because you had Connor, you had the rest of them boys whose names escape me right now. But everybody knows that when you're going against the Cardinals, they're going to run, they're going to run, and they're going to run some more. And you need to stop them. Not only do you need to stop them, you need to tackle them. McBride was just flinging motherfuckers off right and left, hurdling motherfuckers right and left, doing his best racist ass Hulk Hogan impression. Urgh. Can't even get mad at him because he earned that right. I prefer to say a Sid Vicious impression, but that's just me, Either here or there. Yes. They gave up touchdown drives, 70 yards, 83 yards, another 70-yarder. I don't think they forced Arizona to punt nan time. To my recollection, at least. I mean, Arizona's all right. Listen, they're a pleasant surprise. They're 6-4. They're top of the NFC West. A team that I predicted would not win more than 8 games. I picked the under. And right now, they're 2 games from proving your boy wrong. But that's neither here nor there. I didn't want them to prove me wrong against my team. Kyler Murray, Mighty Mouse himself, rushed for 2 touchdowns. 2. And when he wasn't rushing, he was throwing the ball all over the damn place. James Conner was literally the Terminator to our asses. The Cardinals had 18 first downs in the first half. They had 239 yards of total offense in the first half. They finished the game with 28 first downs and 406 yards of total offense. No, I'm not going to put that band up. Yeah, that's the band I need. We suck. You know how bad we suck? I got a stat right here. I did the calculations my damn self. Since the firing of Robert Saleh, the Jets defense has given up an average of 25.8 points per game. Prior to the firing, we were giving up 17 points per game. Because now we have a nice even amount of games. 5 games with Saleh, 5 games with Ulbrich. Since the firing of Robert Saleh at the hands of Woody Johnson, that cocksucker, we have given up 348 yards of total offense per game. The 5 games in which Robert Saleh was still employed, we gave up 254 yards of total offense per game. Hence, we suck. Why is that? Maybe, just maybe, by doing such an impulse decision, you weakened the whole team. A team that was held, that foundation was as strong as straw to the big bad wolf. Not only did you take a defensive mind off the team, then the other defensive mind that you had left on the team, you effectively multiplied his responsibilities. This defense has not looked this bad since the very, very beginning of the Robert Saleh, Ulbrich era, in which we knew it was going to be a struggle, that 4-13 season, in which we was getting pummeled right and left. If running the offense implemented, well, the defense implemented by Robert Saleh. Maybe. Too late now. Too late now. The Jets, the offense. We moved the ball, at least the first two drives, but we couldn't get into the end zone. They scored 2 touchdowns. We scored 2 field goals. And right then at that point, that was the game. 14-6. The offense had 85 yards of total offense and no touchdowns. Well, matter of fact, they had 85 yards for the first opening drive. Aaron Rodgers had another slow start. After throwing for 30-some-odd yards in the first half against the Texans, he threw for 40 yards in the first half today. Rodgers' stats for the game. Get this. The funny thing is, I thought he was actually going to try to light it up because he only needed 200 yards passing to pass Dan Marino on the all-time passing list. He finished with 151 yards, which is apropos because I swear, I best believe he was probably drinking some 151 after the game. Fucking Alky. 151 yards passing for the game on, get this, 22 of 35 with no touchdowns. Yes, baby. Yes, you can have some. You're welcome. Main Event K wanted some of mine. Cherry Pepsi. 0 sugar, cherry Pepsi. I don't know why I even mention the brand. It's not like I'm getting any type of brand revenue. Anyway. It's almost like that second half against the Houston Texans was a mirage. But it was clear, like I said, it was clear from the first snap that this game was going to just be abysmal. The Cardinals moved through our defense, sliced our defense like Swiss cheese. Got our defense Swiss cheesed up on that first drive. They scored a 45-yard touchdown pass from Murray to Connor, in which he was just... It was ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And that's how this game started. Then we answered back with an 11-play drive, but we just couldn't put the ball in the end zone. Couldn't do it. We stalled at the 7-yard line, and then our kick of the week came in and kicked the field goal, and now we're down 7-3. We're like, okay, if we could just, our offense is pretty much moving. Do you know the freaking Cardinals are ranked 25th in the league in total defense, and we couldn't get a stop? Matter of fact, not the fact that we couldn't get a stop, we couldn't put no points on the board. And I guess this is the perfect time to give you installment number 2. Man, fuck it, why not?
What he did, he laughed, he doubted, he scolded me.
Let's try this one.
It's another beautiful day out in the Valley of the Sun. But why am I out here? Why am I out here? It's quite simple. As of this recording, the Arizona Cardinals are dominating the New York Jets by a score of 31-6. Now, before the season, I advised Mike Steph that the Cardinals were not to be underestimated this year. Do you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. We'll get to him in a minute. We'll get to the last part in a very few minutes. Listen, I told y'all this is not going to be a full-fledged episode. I'm talking about these freaking Jets. And then I'm going to cut the camera off and get really down to business. And I'm not even talking about business with my wife. Oh! That first half is ugly. Could have continued with Arizona marching again and again and again and again and again and again and again. I don't understand. I mean, you could see on defense just a look at a deflated look, a look of can't believe we're getting punched in the mouth. There was one play in particular in which Sauce Gardner had a chance. Matter of fact, he wrapped up McBride and had a chance to get him, stop them on third down. We was down 14-6. To me, that was the pivotal point of the game. And he could not bring McBride down. Not only could he not bring McBride down, he flung him. Said, get the fuck up off me. And Mosey. And then hurdled for like a 15-yard, 15, 20-yard gain when we had him stop on 36th. Defense had no answers. They had us up 21-3 with 5 minutes left in the first half. You know what really I thought was going to galvanize the troops is when Quincy Williams almost decapitated little mighty mouse himself, Kyler Murray, with the blindside hit. But I'll give him credit. That little mother effer kept her held to the ball. I thought he was gonna cough it up, but he took his helmet off. And I text Mr. McDowell during that TD run by Kyler Murray, in which he slow walked his way into the end zone, taunting the oncoming defender. I said, your man needs to get popped. He got popped. And he withstood that pop, shook that shit off. And commenced to pop us in the mouth over and over and over again. I think he was 21 or 24. He ended the game completing 17 consecutive passes. Do you know how hard that is? Do you know how hard that is? Do you know what kind of disgusting defense you have to play for a quarterback to complete 17 consecutive passes on your ass? We start the second half. Looked like we were going to make some moves. It was 21-6. We went for it on fourth and goal. And then Aaron Rodgers got sacked from the blind side and fumbled the ball. And to me, that was effectively the game. And not only to add insult to injury, the Cardinals, when they got that ball back, they marched down the field 88 yards in 10 plays. The game was over. 28-6, game was over. What else do you want me to say? The only good thing is the NFL preemptively struck by flexing us out of Sunday night against the Indianapolis Colts next week for a nice mundane 1 p.m. kickoff against two teams fledgling in the Colts, who are 4-6, and us who are 3-7. And technically still in the playoff hunt. Especially if the teams in front of us keep on losing, we're going to still be in it. Which I think is actually a detriment because right now they just need to empty the bench. Tyron Smith, get the fuck up out of here. Should have known. Should have known there was a reason why he was available. John Simpson, been kind of overrated. Morgan Moses can't get mad at him because he's playing on one leg. Devontae Adams probably like, what? You know, this is something that's understated. They got so gassed over the second half performance of Garrett Wilson and Devontae Adams that even with Aaron Lazard headed to the IR, he's not available until week 14. You said, you know what? We're going to trade Mike Williams at the trade deadline because Aaron Rodgers don't want to deal with him. So now we're kind of back where we started with two receivers. And now we're trying to bring Malachi Corley in to be a slot. He gets the first down, and first thing he does, that just shows you he hasn't learned his fucking lesson. Xavier Gibson is just taking up a spot because, I'm sorry. Does he have incriminating pictures on the organization or something? I don't want to ever see anybody lose their job. But he did. He had a great preseason to get him on the team. He won us game one last season, and he hasn't done shit since. He has 25 career receptions. They were putting in Irv Charles, who has 0 career receptions. And Malachi Corley, up until before this game, had 1 career reception that ended up in a fumble that cost us a touchdown last week. So much for wide receiver depth, right? So where does that leave us? It leaves us with just end the fucking season. Just end it, please. It's almost like not Rodney Dangerfield. Damn, not Don Rickles. You know the comedian? Take my wife, please. Hey. Even though I just did the Rodney Dangerfield impression. Just take me out my misery. Take all of collective Jet Nation out of our collective misery. I don't want to see this team. But yet, every Sunday that they play for the rest of the season, I will be glued either to the phone, to the TV, or to the radio to find out the latest reason on why they suck. Speaking of suck, I'm going to take just a few minutes to direct this toward my brother-in-law, Mr. Low Fat Beats, and his freaking Atlanta Falcons. Who do I address? Do I address you? Or do I address the Falcons? I had a 5-leg parlay today. I had a 5-leg round robin. And do you know, I'm pretty much on the verge of hitting everything but the Atlanta Falcons. But I could take that. I could take it if they won and they didn't cover the spread. Fine. No, not only did they not cover the spread, they lost. At one time, they was down 17-7 to, guess what? Guess who? The New Orleans Saints. The New Orleans Saints, who recently fired their inept head coach, Dennis Allen. The New Orleans Saints, who are led by God QB himself. The Mojo King's favorite. Derek Carr. Maybe this is just my comeuppance for all the Saint slander that I had. Or maybe just the law of averages. Well, they lost 7 straight. Going against a rival. Yeah, that's probably why I haven't got a response back from Mr. Low Fat Beats. But best believe, remember, I know where you live now, personally. Or maybe you could just send me some free Girl Scout cookies to make up for the money that I lost. Hey, Haley, how you doing? The cashews and the peanuts will magnifique. But I'm talking to Papa right now. Yeah. So after you do one of these charter rides, get on that phone, Zelle me, Cash App me, PayPal me, something. Because I'm leaving here for something. Now back to regularly scheduled program. Just in the season. Who should we blame? Matter of fact, I'll say this. Woody Johnson. There was chance last Thursday that they should just sell the team. Sell the team. Sell the team. Sell the team. I'm not even going to say the one bright spot in Mr. Orange going back to inhabit the White House is the fact that Woody Johnson will probably leave the franchise in his capable hands of his brother, Christopher Johnson. Yeah, okay. I think what last time we left Christopher Johnson in charge, we ended up with Adam Gase. Yeah, that was the thing. That was definitely a thing. And we also ended up with Joe Douglas. Go figure. I have no idea what the hell to say. I have no idea what the hell to do. So instead of prolonging this, I'll get to part 3 of this trifecta of smoke being thrown at Mike Steph's direction.
What he did? He laughed. He doubted. He scolded me. Every week, he blesses us with these episodes. He spreads his sazon about how the New York Jets are the team, the next team up, the team to be feared. Okay. Let this
Gimmick infringement once again. Sazon. Quite sure LA is not going to like that. Tell you the truth, I don't think I like that. I think me and LA has to do another episode. Maybe with you in attendance. Haven't decided yet. But vengeance will be mine some way, one way or another. One way or another. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. One way or another. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you. I don't know where that just came from. Listen, I'm a 70s baby. Those are jams. Or as the kids say, those are bops. Right? Freaking ridiculous. Jetty, you got anything to say before we get into this outro? See, he's speechless himself. Cloudy's up there, still give me the side eye, and Stitch. I think he must have took one of my Xanax or something because he's been quiet for a while. And that right there, right in front, right behind my finger, that is a placard that I should be getting another one of, because when I say that man has a drive like none other, So hopefully next time he has a commencement ceremony, I can actually be in attendance, even though I'll probably have to hear more of this.
Reminder that there are many acronyms in 19 media. There's MAS, Michael A. Steffens. There's MJK, the Mojo King. But the most important acronym in 19 media.
Fuck that! Clear, guys. Fuck that! You shut your mouth. Doesn't mean that this shit stops. The Rock doesn't give a fuck.
Well, people, that brings us to the end of another edition of the Salty Thoughts of Mike Steph podcast. I'd like to thank each and every one of y'all for making me in this here podcast the one y'all choose to view and the one y'all choose to listen to. Yeah, I know. For my YouTube viewers right now, you're probably wondering, why the hell am I going into the outro with the picture of Griselda Blanco smoking that crack? Because that's what the hell the JETS Jets make me feel like. No. Trust and believe, I will not be ever sucking on the glass dick. Oh, no. But that's what they make me. That's what they make people feel like. They feel like going on a roller coaster. Make me feel like going round and round and round and round and round and round. You know what? I think I need to just get to these plugs and get up out of here. So, the Salty Thoughts of Mike Steph podcast, the audio version, is available on the following platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, amongst others. New episodes drop each and every Thursday. If you want to catch me on the social medias, and trust and believe, I will not be on one of them much longer. Catch me on Twitter at Mike Steffens _. Catch me on the gram at Mike _Steph, and catch me on TikTok at Mike Steph _. Cash app some money. Cash app me some money. $ Donnie Mike. And of course, check out my blog, MikeSteph.wordpress.com, for the latest in everything Mike Steph. Lately, just uploads of the latest video edition of the Salty Thoughts of Mike Steph podcast. But even more importantly, when I'm talking about the audio version, I'm giving y'all a double dose this week, a double barrel approach. I am going to drop an audio-only edition of the Salty Thoughts of Mike Steph podcast, a sprinkle of salt, if you will, tackling the aftermath of this past Tuesday's events. You know, November 5th, Election Day, something happened that unfortunately kind of could see happening, kind of could see brewing. But yeah, being the fact that YouTube be on some bullshit, and that I want to actually set it up and take it old school, if you will, I figured the best thing to do is let me drop an audio-only episode, an audio-only edition, so I can do exactly and say exactly what I want to say without getting the proverbial censorship sticker or one of those little boxes that says, yeah, United States election, for information. No, you're not going to do that over here. So I learned last time, when I dipped my toe into the political water, YouTube smacked my hand and said, get back, stand back. So I said, you know what? Got something for y'all. Fuck y'all, YouTube. Y'all not getting this one. But for, like I said, audio only, coming out probably the same time this is coming out. Late Sunday night, early Monday morning. Check out Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music, amongst others. Please, check it out. You will not be disappointed. Check out Hidden Gems Football, hosted by the Mojo King and myself, Mike Steph. New episodes drop 3 times a week. That's right, 3 times a week. Triple your pleasure. We drop each and every Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday on the YouTube channel of the 19 Media Group. Once again, check out Hidden Gems Football, hosted by the Mojo King and myself, Mike Steph. New episodes drop 3 times a week, every Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, recapping all the primetime and standalone games on the NFL slate for that week. And catch us at the 19 Media Group YouTube channel. This is my favorite part. Catch Gimmick Infringement, hosted by Winchester and McDowell. They drop late Saturday night, early Sunday morning on the 19 Media Group YouTube channel and when I say all, I mean all streaming platforms, wherever podcasts are available. Take a peek.
And now, gimmick infringement.
Welcome, everybody, to the Gimmick Infringement Podcast. I am Brad Winchester, and with me, as always, is my tag team partner, Tyler McDowell Blank. And Tyler, we have been talking for 3 straight hours, and I have no regrets. How you doing today?
Likewise. I'm okay, man. I must confess, the Arizona Cardinals have started and I believe lost a game in heartbreaking fashion since we've started this not this podcast, but our conversation. No, man, you and I, we'll talk about this more in a little bit, but I think as the years continue, it's evident that these are the memories, these are the experiences that I really value spending my time on. We can catch highlights, this is why YouTube exists, but Gimmick Infringement takes precedent, man. Priority Jones.
These are the times, these are the highlights that he looks forward to after a heartbreaking Arizona Cardinal loss. So I'm quite sure he can feel my pain, feel my agony, the agony of defeat, if you will, on having to record this podcast. Not after agonizing defeat, no. After which his team stomped a mud hole into my team in the desert. But because I'm such a magnanimous dude, because I'm such a benevolent dude, I was still plugged Gimmick Infringement. Gimmick Infringement, hosted by Brad Winchester and McDowell. They drop each and every late Sunday night, early Monday morning on the 19 Media Group YouTube channel and all streaming platforms wherever podcasts are available. Next is my brother from Chi-Town, the homie, my nephew, if you will, because I guess I'm Unc status, right? So, yeah, check out Desmond Powell from Hip to the Games. Desmond Powell, Hip to the Games, drops each and every other Friday on the 19 Media Group YouTube channel and all streaming platforms wherever podcasts are available. And I'm going to give you a little clip of his action, too. Here we go.
We transition to this second verse. I want to take some time to highlight who I believe is the latest rising star in hip-hop, Doechii. All right, but just briefly, I want to offer my condolences to the family and friends of DJ Clark Kent, who recently passed away at the age of 57, and also offer my condolences and to Underground, and I really want to say Underground star Ka, or also known as Brownsville Ka, who also passed away in the recent days. And, starting off with Clark Kent, like 2 things come to mind when I hear DJ Clark Kent. Number one, I think of how I compared him to Phil Jackson way back in my album breakdown for Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt, as Brooklyn's Finest is my favorite song off that album. And then secondly, I think of how it seemed like any hip-hop documentary that I watched featured words from DJ Clark Kent. And it's like he had his hand in everything. And, the same goes for Ka, who passed away recently as well. Like, I wasn't as familiar with him, but if you remember back when I interviewed Iron Emperor, he put me on and shared how much Ka meant to him, and which, to what I think many hip hop fans would agree, that Ka represented himself so authentic. He was the poster child of what it meant to be a quote unquote regular everyday man, but still serve his audience with dope music on his own time, own schedule, own rules, the whole 9.
Please check out Desmond Powell in Hip to the Games each and every other Friday. I know that's an oxymoron, but each and every other Friday on the YouTube channel of the 19 Media Group and all streaming platforms wherever podcasts are available. We're pretty much getting into the NBA season. It's been underway, about to get into the Emirates Cup. So I'm quite sure he will have a lot of thoughts on the Emirates Cup action and the first couple weeks of the NBA action. It's fantastic. Please check out my bro. You'll be glad you did. Check out 4AZ, hosted and created by Tyler McDowell Blinken. Drops on Wednesdays on the YouTube channel of 4AZ and all streaming platforms wherever podcasts are available. Right now, he's dealing with a little series in which he's recapping each and every episode of season 4 of Abbott Elementary. Yes, Abbott Elementary. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I just got up to season 3. Based on him recapping and captivating in such captivating fashion, it made me kind of nosy. Like, you know what are you talking about? And yeah, it's everything he says is truth. Ava, Janine, Greg, Jacob, Barbara, Melissa, all of them. Yeah. But let me give him the platform once again. Shoot, you seeing more of him than you seeing of me.
I'm your host, Tyler McDowell Blanken, and I'm thankful you're here. I'm recording this on November 6th, 2024, 24 hours after Election Day. Today's heavy. Voters made decisions on the local, state, and federal levels yesterday. I love seeing how many people in my life posted their selfies with the I voted stickers, especially former students. Now, not all of them share my beliefs, but that's beside the point. We must continue to exercise our rights. I hope you can prioritize your wellness and spend time doing what brings you joy in these coming days and weeks. This episode, the third installment of our Abbott Elementary Season 4 series, will hopefully make you laugh and think. I welcome iHeartRadio and 19 Media's Jabari Davis to recap episodes 3 and 4. We discussed the season thus far, Janelle James's ascension since playing Ava, and the importance of Black-led shows in this current age of Hollywood. We begin our conversation with Jabari, who shares why he loves Abbott as a series. Please be sure to like this video, leave us a review, or even share with a friend. Enjoy.
Please check out, please support 4AZ. It's not just a show. It's just not just a podcast. It's not just a page. It's a movement. For more information, check out the website 4azteach.org for more information on what young Obama is trying to accomplish with the 4AZ movement. Being more specific about this particular episode that he was talking about. Shout out to Jabari Davis, one of the founders of the 19 Media Group. Shout out to him. Last week was like homecoming. He hit up 4AZ with Tyler, and he hit up another podcast that's actually new to my plugin segment. Pause. Please check out the ladies, the first ladies, if you will, of the 19 Media Group. Jess Winchester and Carmen McDowell. See, I got this mother effer on my brain. Let's bring it back. Check out Jess Winchester and Carmen McDonald on their latest endeavor, Prude Awakenings, which features probably my most favorite opening theme of podcast in like recent memory. So much so, I had to jack this fool. But I just had to let y'all get a little sneak peek. Not even a sneak peek. I had to just let y'all know exactly what I be vibing to. I let y'all know last week, but got it together this week. Here we go.
Talking things that make you blush, but trust us, it's a must. From awkward to taboo, we're here to guide you through. It don't matter if you're a bit of a prude, it's a prude awakening.
Bring it back.
Talking things that make you blush, but trust us, it's a must. From awkward to taboo, we're here to guide you through. It don't matter if you're a bit of a prude, it's a prude awakening.
Remix.
We're talking We're talking things that make you blush. We're talking things that make you blush. We're talking things that make you blush. But trust us, it's a must. From awkward to taboo, we're here to guide you through. It don't matter if you're a bit of a prude. It's a prude awakening.
Yeah, that's my jam. Please check out the latest edition of Prude Awakenings, hosted by Jess Winchester and Carmen McDonald, in which they have Jabari Davis as a guest, special guest, and they talked leading up to the election on the hijacking of the quote-unquote woke movement. It's a very interesting conversation. It has a lot of zingers. And listen, if I'm probably the antithesis of prude, even though I do have some prude things. Y'all just don't know. Don't judge the book by its cover. But regardless, it was a beautiful conversation, and just to hear
Things that make you blush, but trust us, it's a must. From awkward to taboo, we're here to guide you through. It don't matter if you're a bit of a prude. It's a prude awakening.
And last but not least, because we're coming up on that day, I believe next Saturday. Next Saturday will be the next show of the IWA, in which Larry Anderson, I believe, will be defending his IWA Explosive Division Championship. Let him tell yourself.
True Explosive Division champion here. And you see, the champ struck first the last time. And now, I got something to say this time around. You see, I heard what everybody had to say. Almost everybody. You see, I think that Mascara and that whole stupid LDT community is walking around right now putting Choco Fly's picture on telephone poles and on the back of milk cartons because ain't nobody heard from him, ain't nobody seen him. I don't even think the dude's going to show up November 16th, but that don't matter to the champ because the life moves on for the champ. The champ don't wait around for nobody. Aries, you want to sit around on Gilligan's Island and you want to talk about how the champ is afraid of you. Dude, the only thing I'm stressing about more than you coming from my belt is me getting a split end in this beautiful hair. And that leaves me last for you, Fresh Lead. You got mad at the champ because the champ only referenced you once. You should be happy that I referenced you at all, because anybody sees me with this belt knows that I am the one that beat you to be the first ever Explosive Division champion. Doesn't matter how. Doesn't matter. In the record books it says that I beat you. We're in a giving season and I don't mind giving you another shot. I beat you the first time to be the champ. I don't mind beating you again.
You heard the champ. He beat him the first time and he don't mind beating him again. Please check out IWA Jersey for their next show, November 16th. For more information, please visit the YouTube channel of Larry Anderson. Also, please check out his Instagram, Larry Anderson _89 for more info. And hopefully I can have him on after his successful defense of the IWA Explosive Division Championship. And with all that being said, I'm going to get out of here so I can cut this video off and I can get to... Darn, it's going to be so fun. I haven't done an audio only with the setup in a while, and I got so many surprises up my sleeve. Y'all gonna love it. So until next time. Goodbye.
You hear the hunger in my voice, gotta feed it. Won't be satisfied until you're left bleeding. Not breathing, looking for a higher meaning. Light shine bright, I wouldn't know I got demons. Donnie even ball hard as Anderson and Rob Peter to pay all blow trees and sick breeze. For real, fuck your feelings. Who gives a fuck? I surely don't. My attitude sucks. Too busy wallowing in self-pity. In the world of my own, this godforsaken city. Dark thoughts turn into broken dreams. Rose colors of glass and distort the reality of things. Live in the slum, roach and mice infested. Multi-years of stress, I gave way to this depression. Pull out of this spiral would be a crew until then I keep spewing the salty thoughts of Donnie. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Don C. Donnie, ooh, what you gonna do? Don disease spread quick like flu. Super never. I'm too clever for that. Game nigga in your 30s is wiggity whack. I'm still quick as fast, still get in that ass. Still run last pass your dudes, I'm too fast. Too quick with it, y'all niggas are dim with it. My lyrics fly over your head, you swing and miss it. Hit 86 and thrown out with the rubbish. Mission to save hip-hop, you gotta love it. But I'm about a minute away from saying fuck it. Tuck all my jewels, put them back in my luggage.